this virtual event. We are really, really thrilled that you could come along to this and learn a lot about our Edenvale wines. So I'm here with Michael Bright from Edenvale Wines, and he and I are going to have a bit of a chat about Edenvale wines, some of the products that you received today in your kits or you received previously, and also the provenance of these wines and helping you understand the alcohol removed process for wines. So Michael, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. So we'd love for you to give us a little bit of an intro about you. So what do you do? How did you get to be in this position, and why did you choose this field?
Hi, Michelle. Thanks for having us. Where we started off with this, we started back in 2006. My background's always been in the wine industry. I did some studying with food technology after leaving high school many years ago. So what we actually saw was an opportunity in the market for a more sophisticated, non-intoxicating lifestyle beverage. There was the health and wellness movement was gaining a lot of momentum, and we'd been approached to do a juice product for one of the supermarkets, but we thought we could do something more premium. The data and research we did, some information coming out of the US was showing these non-alcoholic wines were really growing, and everything we'd seen, even the products in the US, were of a pretty low quality, and we thought we could do something considerably better. That in essence is where it started.
Fantastic. So you've really created quite a well-respected, really well-covered brand. You know, there's so much choice and there's so many varietals in the brand, which is fantastic. You're really giving us all so much choice. So when you created the brand, like, what was the mission? What were you thinking about doing? And, you know, where can we get it from now?
Well, it was, the mission was really about delivering a sophisticated, non-intoxicating beverage, a wine-based beverage. And to do that, we really needed to make sure we were delivering that varietal definition. So it was that was a very important part of it. So we did a lot of research on profiling the products to deliver wines that had that varietal definition.
So Michael, what would be fantastic is if you could tell us a little bit about the wines that are included in the packs that everyone's received today, which is the premium reserve range. They've received the Blanc de Blanc and the sparkling Shiraz. Can you tell us a bit about those?
Yeah, the premium reserve range really only came into existence about 3 years ago now. And that was very much about the improvement in the technology, which I know we're going to cover off later on. So that range includes a Pinot Noir, a Blanc de Blanc, which is a predominantly Chardonnay base, and a sparkling Shiraz. What we do with the premium, the first part is it's much higher, the best fruit we can get, and we supplement it with premium fruit from classic regions for those varietals. And there's a lot more complexity in the way we manage those products and put them together. For example, the Blanc de Blanc, 30% of that wine has wood treatment to it, and that just helps add to the complexity and the mouthfeel and the real wine experience.
Fantastic, fantastic. I'm going to ask you something that you did then, that you pronounced Shiraz. I always say Shiraz. Which one's correct, or can they both be correct?
I'm sure they can both be correct. I'd be struggling to answer that, other than it could also be called Syrah as well.
Yeah.
So there's a number of choices in what people want to call it.
Yeah. I just noticed that and I thought, oh, have I been saying it wrong all this time, or is it okay if I say it that way? So Michael, one of the things that's obviously on the rise is people consuming, non-alcoholic, alcohol removed wines. What would be really helpful is for you to explain as best as you can that process. What does happen for those of us who really don't understand it? If you could give us a little explanation, that would be fantastic.
Okay, well, we're using, as you mentioned, the spinning cone technology. We believe that's the best technology available. We've done a lot of work in modifying the equipment from what it was, but critically, it's a very gentle treatment for the wine. It's operating at low temperatures under a very high vacuum. So that's obviously reducing the temperatures, but also then the residency of the wine within the spinning cone column is kept to a minimum. So there's a minimum amount of time, the little bit of heat that it is exposed to, which is lower than a lot of natural fermentations anyway. It allows us to ensure, the varietal definition of particularly the aromatic varieties, and also to improve the quality across the board, and particularly for things like Pinot Noir in the premium reserve range and the ones that everyone's going to be tasting today. It allows us to deliver the best possible product we can.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I know that we're including for everyone too a little bit of a video that will explain things further, but we do encourage you guys, if you have any questions, please shoot them through to us as well, because we're here to help you understand the process and to make sure anything that you'd like to know, we'll try our best to answer it for you. So look forward to that video.
So without trying to explain all the physical movements of the spinning cone, I think if we go to the video now, that'll explain it a lot more succinctly than I can.
Great, let's do that. So Michael, we talked a little bit just at the start about the rise of people choosing to drink alcohol removed wines, and this change in lifestyle and what we're all thinking and how we're doing things differently. What can you tell us about why we should choose alcohol removed wines, health benefits that you're aware of?
Well, certainly there's the health benefits where it's lower calories than an alcoholic beverage. So on a normal wine, it's about a third of the calories. It's rich in antioxidants. Those antioxidants, the evidence shows that it lasts longer in the system. So there's those sort of benefits. But the main one is it still allows people to be part of the occasion. If someone wants to choose not to have an alcoholic beverage, it is something that can give them a real wine experience. And as I said, they can still feel part of the occasion.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess for women who might be choosing to start a family, it would be a really handy thing if you didn't want to tell your friends as yet that perhaps you were, entering into pregnancy. I guess our Edenvale would be very handy.
Absolutely. So for all those mums to be, for breastfeeding mothers, people in training, there's a whole range of reasons why people are choosing to do this. And we touched on that earlier about the whole health and wellness movement. I mean, people are busy and often they don't want to have, the next day.
Absolutely. Well, I know for me, I think it's one of those things that you get, like you said before, you can still feel a part of the occasion and still have that real wine experience, but not have the blurry brain, which I know I appreciate.
Well, you can be out at functions, and if you're driving home after, you're going to be fine.
Absolutely. And the great thing is that they really are so lovely. The taste, the palate, the mouthfeel, you've done a great job. So good on you, and thanks.
Thank you. No, that's an important part of it to deliver a real wine experience.
Yeah. So the other thing I'd love for you to help us with today is just to talk to the two wines that have been received in the packs, which is the Premium Reserve Blanc de Blanc and the Premium Reserve Sparkling Shiraz. So, can you give us a little bit of an insight? What does the Blanc de Blanc go with food-wise? Like what would we pair that with? And what should we expect in terms of tasting and mouthfeel and everything?
Okay, well, I think there's a range of foods that could go with, particularly sort of seafoods, but also just as an aperitif. From a wine style, it's a bigger wine than the sparkling cuvee. As I mentioned before, 30% of the base wine has had some wood treatment to it, so there's that additional complexity. It's rich, it's full, it's got lovely sort of peach melon characters coming through and citrus notes from the Chardonnay. So again, yeah, ideal for sort of white meats, but seafood and as an aperitif.
Yeah, and
the sparkling Shiraz, okay, that's a more full-bodied wine, a really classic Australian style, the sparkling Shiraz. So it too has had oak treatment to the base wine, just adding more complexity and filling it out. The carbonation gives it a lot more mouthfeel. It's very rich. It's got those nice dark plum fruits. So again, because it's carbonated, it could be served as an aperitif with pâtés or a number of antipasta plates. There's a range of foods that could be enjoyed with.
Yeah, fantastic. One of the things that we're excited about is the fact that there's just so much diversity with alcohol removed wines, and you really can find something in the Edenvale range for every occasion, or just to have as a little treat or a celebratory drink or something like that. So I think you guys have absolutely nailed it. Well, thank you so much, Michael, for all of your insights and your expertise and sharing your knowledge with us today. You are absolutely a gem, so thank you. And from here, we are going to also make sure we share with you some videos from Nat at the Mindful Mocktail, who we've had some really great fun with. She's been preparing some mocktail recipes for you using the two wines that you've received in your pack. So thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Michelle, for having us. And please, if there's anyone in the audience that have any other questions, we're more than happy to respond.
Awesome. And make sure you head to all of the Edenvale socials as well. And of course, anything that you create after seeing the videos from Nat or anything that you decide to do yourselves and get creative, please make sure to share them with us. And thank you. See you later, guys.
Thank you.